Yo! Good evening! How is my mods doing? And how is chat doing? Hey! Oh, Edge Dancer 77. I thought you were seeing peoples. Okay. I'm doing a balancing act here. Right. First of all, without further ado, let me introduce the wonderful and incredible, amazing Frank to the stream.
Oh, am I allowed to talk now?
That's you allowing to talk. For a second, I was like, Frank's gone, everything's dead, and everything's broken, which, as per standard, is on brand for me. But you know, it makes it difficult, makes it more scary, makes it more like horrifying.
What is happening on your stream? Good lord.
What do you mean? Is it too much? Is there too many things?
I'm mostly impressed at how your teeth seem to have been caught, like all the white has caught in the chroma key.
It's nice, isn't it? Oh yeah, because of course you know all the official like terms and stuff, like because you actually understand sort of what's going on, but also you're just like, why did he do that? I don't know.
Hey, I studied film, my friend.
Did you? I did not.
That was me snapping my suspenders.
Does it show that I did not study film?
You know what? No.
Yeah. I just make it up as it goes along, basically. I'm just like, ooh, this looks horrible. Let's do that. Ooh, this thing looks horrible. Let's just tweak that a little bit more. Make it a little bit more horrible.
That was pretty much the first year of my degree, and my lecturers hated it.
Really?
Yes.
They just didn't get you, did they?
No.
I didn't change the stream title. Thanks, Joe. All right, let me change that. I knew there'd be something that I'd forget. All right, let's change it to Photoshoppy Crimes with Frank.
Hey.
And then I guess let's put this in the art category because that's basically it, isn't it? That's basically right. Creative, yes. Update information. Okay. I don't know.
Anything is art if you say it is.
Well, this is it, isn't it? It's just like if I make something, if I create something, and other people consume it in some kind of way, and they have some sort of reaction, that's basically what art is, isn't it? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wasn't listening. I was looking at a picture of myself. So,
were you? I do that sometimes. Which picture of you was it?
Oh, it was just a screenshot. From like a stream 3 weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Which one was that?
I'm trying to. It was a Dead by Daylight stream. I'm trying to edit them down to like, here's 20 minutes of what the stream was like. Why don't you watch me on Twitch?
Oh, nice. I like that you're doing work during this. That's like really efficient. That's really nice.
No, I've closed it now. I'm all you.
It wasn't a diss. No. I'm all for. Like I do that all the time. Sometimes I'll be like on a call with the rest of the call, and I'll be doing like something from like my other job, or I'll be on, or I'll just be like faffing around doing like little things and little bits. Like I think that's really productive. I think it helps. I think that's like the best way to do work is to be distracted by something that's very distracting.
It is better than like half the time when I'm on a call with Mike and I'm just playing solitaire.
Really? He's your solitaire distraction, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good voice to just completely zone out to.
I like the sound of his voice. It's so like deep and like TV-ish. Like I can just imagine. Yeah, he just sounds like all your old timey TV presenters.
He sounds like a radio producer, but like in your ear.
Yeah, right in your ear.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let me just change a couple of things. Oh yeah, I remember. I was going
to raid.
Oh, have we? Who have we got? Is it? Who's raiding
Bryn.
us? Is it from Bryn? Marvelous. Thank you very
much. Lovers to enemies, my favourite trope.
Oh, I love people when they raid. What are they saying? What's the raid phrase? Lovers to enemies. Ah, that's beautiful. That's lovely. Oh, well, thank you for raiding me. Is it Brave Sir Flibbit that I pronounced as Bryn's name, right? Is that
Flip.
using Flib?
Yes.
I nailed it, right?
Yep, perfect. Got it.
Yeah. I'm a professional, Frank. Can't you tell?
Yeah, no, I've been in the studio with you.
I wanted to talk about that actually. Yeah. Before I go to, is this too distracting? If we're having a conversation, I'll go to my slightly less distracting screen.
You know, someone described you as looking like a biblical angel, and you know what? Kind of, yeah.
Ooh, I like that. That is a great description. I think I think someone else just came in and said Jesus, and I'm like, that's a bit much. But like, you know, I'm not here to like change people's descriptions of things. I'll give a little intro into what we're doing today, which is Frank gave me free reign and free creative freedom and said, just make something today in the Photoshop crimes that you want to make. So I thought we'd take one of my mates, i.e. Alex, and one of your mates, i.e. Johnny, and put them on a pair of people that would kind of go together. And I thought young Link and Navi. Johnny obviously being the sort of hero-y type. He's going to be young Link, and then Alex being the sort of naggy, bossy, annoying little sort of monochrome character. I thought he'd do well as Navi.
The thing is, I can't picture either of them as Link, but I can picture both of them as Navi.
Well, maybe we'll flip between the two. Like maybe we'll try them out as each one. You know, like. I was wanting to fill a certain like a length of time in order to get here. So like, yeah, maybe we can just do that. But yeah, I wanted to circle back on, and I think me and you are going to do this a lot about having like random threads that we'll like maybe pick up on or just maybe forget and like throw into the abyss.
Definitely.
Our time in the studio, like in the Rusty Quill studio, recording episode 100 as Robin Lennox and Basira. Like, how do you remember that?
I remember that as Basira's mounting frustration with not getting a straight answer out of this man.
Yeah.
Not being entirely acting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how I felt like at the time. I'm like, have I actually pissed Frank off? Like, am I that annoying? Am I that irritating that I've actually managed to piss off one of the coolest people that I think is at Rusty Quill, or that I've worked with at Rusty Quill? One of.
Hannah's there, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, you've got to be able, you've got to pick and choose your compliments, otherwise people will call you out on these things, won't they? But yeah, no, I really enjoy that. I just remember Alex being like, "Oh, just play a game, Martin, that you don't want to further the conversation." And I think I was just playing that game a little bit too much and a little bit too well, and then some of the like angry rebuttals were like, "Oh right, that was very well acted. I almost believed it."
I am forever sad about the lion being cut. Now, I'm a geologist, so I know a thing or two about rocks.
Right! I was robbed of that line. That was like one of my... I think that was one of the yeah, that was definitely the best line in the whole thing. I don't even think it's made any outtakes at any point. I think I'm usually quite... I'm quite the archivist of my own content, and I'm pretty sure that's never made a cut anywhere.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into what, but never mind.
Okay. Do you not like log all of your content because you're just in a lot of it?
I don't record much of my own stuff. No, that's not true. I have all of the home recordings that I've done still.
Okay.
But no, I'm not in much of like the outtakes or anything. I guess I'm just too good.
You're too good. That must be it. Like you must just be just one take Frank. Like that's what we is that what we call? Is that what the editors call you?
Yeah, perfect. One take Frank.
Perfect.
Send it to everyone looking for voice actors so they know.
Alright. Who do you think... I've just realised I haven't shared a virtual camera with you, so you've got no idea what's going on stream until a few seconds later. Are you watching on your... Have you got your own feed for this on Twitch or something?
Yeah, I'm watching you on Twitch.
Okay, fair enough. Right.
Oh my god.
Whose face between Alex and Johnny do you think we should cut out first?
I feel like this picture of Alex is like a classic in your work by now.
It
So let's
is.
start here to just
Start
ease
here with the
everyone
classic.
in.
Yeah, let's ease everyone in. So because Navi is a very round character, I am just going to go for your basic... Oh, that's not even... See, I'm making mistakes already. I'm just going to go for your basic Eclipse cut using the Eclipse tool. Now, how much... Yeah, because I'm doing window capture, you can't see everything that I'm doing, but... That's not too bad. So Eclipse is just a really useful tool just for basically cutting out like overly shaped circles. So I'm just going to cut out Alex's face in an overly shaped circle. And save that as a layout. All right, let's get my edges neat. Because I have a process now, Frank, for doing this because I've done it so much.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm excited.
Oh, okay, good. Right, so here's our first layer. Just going in. I know you got it slightly delayed, but like, okay, let's shove that in a new layer. It still makes me laugh. Like, this is fundamentally why I still make this kind of stuff, is because it's. I still find it funny that he just chose. He just chose to look like this. All right, yeah, we'll just leave that one as is for now, and we can do some more editing in a bit. Now, because I'm gonna actually have Johnny in shot, I think I'm going to use a slightly more sophisticated tool for Johnny. Actually, let's go with the magic selector. So the magic selector is a tool for adding like areas of similar color, so you can sort of keep clicking and keep adding more and more bits. So I'm basically just going around adding more bits of his face. It's kind of like a weird point and click adventure game where the adventure is to capture all of the object that you're trying to copy paste. Just by clicking on various bits. Do you do much like photo editing, Frank?
I used to actually be in my friend group many years ago. I was the Photoshop crimes.
You were the Photoshop crimes person. Oh my god! At some point, maybe we'll have to do like counter Photoshop crimes or.
My crimes were mostly putting beards on people who should not have beards.
You the beard putter honor expert.
Mm-hmm.
Marvelous. I'd love to see your work one day. Obviously,
I made you one for your birthday, and you never commented on it.
Really? When was that? I mean, you just said it was my birthday
card. I wonder if I've still got it on here.
Those birthday cards sometimes stress me out. There's so much work that everyone puts into them, and I'm too overwhelmed to thank everybody for them.
Yeah, look, I've still got the picture. I'll send it to you now.
Oh my god, wonderful. Okay, I'm just going around cleaning up kind of the bits that haven't been captured by my magic selection using just a normal cutout tool. Is that going to be just Johnny staring back at me? Let's copy you, and let's see if I've got enough of you for layer. Yeah, I think that's good. It's a bit too big, but that's okay.
There he is.
There he is. There's his familiar face. Alright, let's shove you in a new layer. And I've already committed one crime, which is not naming my layers, because I never know how many layers I'm going to do, and labels are important when it comes to understanding what's going on. Okay, so first of all, because we're going to start with link, let's use a size tool to shrink you down. So, if you used to if you were the Photoshoppy person, have you ever actually used it for like, I don't know what I mean by professional work, like in the workplace to actually like do something for someone where they like need an image made?
I mean, I was a graphic designer. I stopped because I can't trust myself to get anything done on time.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, like I've done graphic design for a few people. I've done some of the work for like Mechanisms albums and stuff.
Oh, right. Okay.
The
Which one?
Bifrost poster with the train I made.
Oh, amazing! I did not know that. Okay, this is not the tool that I want. Sometimes the newer versions of GIMP, they've sorted all the tools into like categories, and I used to just like it where all the tools were just out there, and so that I could see them all. But now I have to remember where all the categories are. So I think I might have to make. I think I'm gonna have to squash both of their faces in order to fit the ratios that are there, which is fine. They'll just have a weird squashed look. Okay. Alright, so let's unlock that. Do you think that it's come? Like another thing that you mentioned in Twitter today that I was quite happy that you mentioned it was about sort of the chaos ADHD thing. Is this something that you sort of identify with ADHD, like having ADHD, or have you been sort of diagnosed or anything?
I'm like 90% certain I have it.
Yeah.
I spoke to a therapist last year, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it sounds like you probably have it. Let's get you tested." And then COVID happened.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, so you were getting like in the process of being diagnosed before COVID and like lockdown happened.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I was going to ask. That was something I was specifically going to ask because I sort of only realised that I might have it or might or sort of noticed when with all the lockdown stuff and COVID and all of my coping mechanisms just went out the window or what I
stopped working. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh right, so I can't just like go into work and like grab random coffees and dawdle around the office and what other things were there and speak to people like while I'm working and that are just there like and have a load of just a load of like there's this whole like things aren't real unless you can see them, so object permanence sort of thing, and yeah, just constantly working from home that just wasn't happening. So yeah, that's sort of how I'm now on the process of getting diagnosed, which is really hard in this country. Well, it might be hard in every country, but yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, and then getting like a diagnosis as an adult on top of it is like.
Yes, yeah.
What do you mean? I have no proof of it as a child because I was high achieving because my coping mechanisms worked as a child.
Exactly. Because I'm the same.
Then I became an adult and fell the fuck apart.
That was exactly. Oh my god, yeah. It's like, oh, you're doing all right at school. Yeah, fine. You haven't got anything. Like you're just a normal human. I'm like, oh, cool. I must be just a normal human that has a really good ability to be able to sit in class, take in the information while everyone's having to write it down, and just cope, and but only in subjects that I enjoy or engage with or that are hard. That was my school days.
Yeah, like this is also the thing I've learned as an adult is that I wasn't good at learning things. I was just good at repeating things.
Oh right. That's
so like I could take in the information and like put it all back out on a test.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of it like 15 years later.
That's interesting. I was good. I liked exams, like because you could just practice them and just like you basically just got good at them and like oh yeah, you just get good at exams and then like doesn't actually the actual subject stuff doesn't necessarily matter because
I coasted by on my exam grades. Like I would have failed otherwise.
Were you terrible at coursework?
So for my let's see, for biology and chemistry, for chemistry and physics, I literally handed in a sheet of paper with my name on it for my coursework to be like, please allow me to take the exam.
You legend. That's really funny.
Like I technically did the coursework, don't kick me off the course.
Yeah, exactly. There's a piece of paper and that is my coursework and here you go. So I've just created another layer which contains some of the sort of foreground bits that are going to make Johnny's face seem, oh my god, that's some of his face is bleeding through the hand. Oh wow, that looks beautiful. Oh, I think I might just leave it.
Well, do you never want to hear about Johnny Sims?
Should I leave it this side? Is this too many? Do you feel like this is too much of your? Is this too much of both of our lives? Like, do we define ourselves too much on these people and just doing crimes around them?
Yeah, no. At this point, like 10 years of my life has been defined by Johnny Sims.
God. 10 years. Oh God, right? Yeah, I get at least for me and Alex, like the definition side of it, it's only been since Rusty Quill, which has been sort of 5 years. But yeah, I hadn't thought that it was longer for you because of like the mech stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just want to be your own individual at this stage, don't you?
The annoying thing is
Yeah.
that somehow he has what was his phrase? Johnny once described himself as having aggressively friend zoned himself with me. Just being like, I have aggressively made myself Frank's friend. They are my best friend and they can't do anything about it.
Oh, when
I guess I can't do anything about it. He's my best friend now.
yeah, I remember him introducing you to us when you for one of the gaming and giving streams, and he was this was at the time when it was most of the Rusty Quill streams was like lads, like blokes, and he just sort of came in and was like, they are non-binary, they identify with they them, like you better make sure that you don't misgender them or there's going to be trouble. And I was like, oh, but like in a super just like protective, friendly way. I could tell it's like, oh, he's got Frank's back. Like, that's amazing. Like,
oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's ever told you that, or but yeah, I thought there'd be oh god. I was also realizing that like a lot of our interaction, which I'm only like furthering today, has been recorded like, in some way, shape, or form. Because like it's a lot of it has been like gaming and giving stuff, and then there's been I think I've been to like 1 or 2 parties with you, and like a couple of the weddings. But then I don't know if we've ever just like hung out and just like chilled.
No, I mean the problem with Rusty Quill is just like it's like, oh, it's not work. Well, I guess I'm asleep then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna trim some of Johnny's beard because it's ruining my picture. Trim. There we go. All right, I think.
Good lord.
Okay. Also, I've only just noticed, like, young Link is like, do you think he's wearing underwear in this picture?
Oh, I assumed those were trousers and not his legs, but maybe.
Oh no, you only get tights when he's an adult. Right, those are his bare tanned legs. Like, he's leathery.
He's like full Robin, like just a pair of pants, no shorts or nothing.
Yeah, that's Robin as in Batman and Robin. Yeah, not Robin.
Yeah, as in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, you don't want to confuse. You don't want to confuse the name redundancy that's going on with just.
Although
like,
I mean, who knows?
English
There's
names.
no canon images of Robin Lennox.
He's actually always wearing booty shorts. Like that's how I in the studio. Frank can testify to this. I was always wearing just booty shorts and nothing else. Isn't that right, Frank?
I mean, it gets hot in the studio.
It does, yeah, and I knew that because like Alex doesn't understand cooling fundamentally, like as a thing. You'll get it in a couple of seconds. I just I don't think I need to edit this anymore.
Oh dear.
But I kind of want to because I want to add a few. I don't know. Do I want to add a few more effects, or is it okay as it is?
I'm so scared.
It's fine. There's nothing to fear. Like, you know, it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt your brain space that sees this and stores it and has it in your memory for a period of time.
I didn't think there was an image of Johnny that could upset me anymore.
I know, right? But just young. This is the early days. Young Johnny Link and Navid J Newell.
Xander J Nabble.
Right, beautiful, wonderful. I'm going to get rid of this. Is this layer got an alpha channel? It does, so I can just get rid of that. Okay, cool. Oh, and this one. Right, now what I'd done was make a background layer and a foreground layer if we wanted to put them somewhere. I couldn't think of anywhere specifically I wanted to put them. I was wondering about throwing it out to chat to just name a location. which I think I'm going to do. Chat, once you get this message, start just naming locations, and we'll decide on one to put them somewhere. The excited little wait. Void of space. Okay, space.
Nice, I like that. Oh, I realised you probably won't have got a notification, but I did send you that birthday photo, by the way.
Oh, nice one. Via Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Use one of my many random-ass devices. Oh, there's a few good ones as well. Oh, the Grand Canyon. Okay, I'm gonna... What was that? Oh, the Eiffel Tower! Yeah. Which one did you say, sorry, Frank?
Coachella.
Okay, I'm gonna line some of these up, and then maybe we'll have a little show.
This is this year's 2-pack hologram.
Okay, that's good. When you search space, NASA comes up. Oh my God, what's this? Oh yeah, better take. Whenever you're creating images for content, make sure you just go for the images without the copyright. never go for images without copyright, because that will be bad. Probably, because there's one thing those copyright people do is just go all over Twitch being like, "Who's using our images? We better put a stop to that."
And in this day and age, who knows?
Yeah. What I'm doing, I search settings, and then, yeah. You know what? Let's just go for this one. Click OK, click agree, click right click, save. Now I've conveniently named these layers. No, that did not copy. Copying and pasting the stream.
Beautiful.
I know, right? There we go. Let's just expand that. Don't worry about things like, you know, pixelation or... Oh god, now I've warped it. Okay, let's just keep going with this tool. Keep struggling. Just keep struggling until the thing does what you want it to do. That's basically the IT way. Oh god, yeah. There we go. Okay, so then let's export that as background. And I haven't actually saved. Okay, I need to save this one. Let's call you. Let's call you John Link Alex.
Oh.
Actually, Alex Link John, because that will come up. That will come up alphabetically before anything else, and will be easier to find. One thing that I've realised that I sort of like in my streams is standing up, because I think it gives you that kind of like that freedom of movement and that energy. But it does mean that I'm literally like using a computer with a power stance.
It's to show dominance over the PC.
Yeah, the placement of the PC as well is like right. Exactly where it needs to be.
Oh my god.
My setup is cursed, Frank. You have people have no idea how little space that I actually have in the area that I've decided to stream from. I think it's partly why I get so many technical issues all the time. It's just because like everything's like really piled up. Like today, just a load of USB ports just stopped working for some reason, and now I've got them all daisy chained through one USB port and a USB port adapter that before the stream started just kept disconnecting. Just kept going and I'm like, I hate that noise because it means that I'm gonna struggle.
Yep.
Right. Okay. That's looking good. And then I just need to add one more layer, which is Johnny and Alex. And do some browsing. How's your day been today, Frank? Oh,
I don't remember any of it, so I'm going to say not bad.
not bad. All right, nothing too bad happened that was memorable enough to warrant chatting about. I like
Exactly.
that is fair. Is this stream sort of like living up to your expectation about what you thought of this sort of level of chaos that it might be, and the level of just like disorganization and lack of professionalism? Has that sort of have I got that about right?
It's tamer than I expected.
Tamer than you expected. Oh,
yeah,
that's a nice review. I like that. Okay. Well, here we are in space with Alex and Johnny now, and myself as a giant head for when chat catches up with that. And
good lord,
is this better? Is this more? Is this what
what
you wanted, Frank? Is this living up to your level of expectations? Is it better now?
You know, I was like admiring this lovely piece of art that Joe posted, and then I tabbed back, and this is so much.
This is a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay, good. Hey guys. Last time I did like one of these, I started licking people. I started licking Ben's face. When I turned him into Cowboy Elias. I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna pat Johnny on the boot. Just give him a little boot pat.
Yeah.
Not too much. Just a little bit, just enough. Hey Alex. Oh.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah. He's dead, everyone.
He died. He got bitten. He's only his front half, only his face half remains. If I move this around, will it like move around over there? Oh no, it doesn't move around over there. It's not that. It's not that. Never mind. Should we go to another location?
Yeah, where are they going next on their lovely holidays?
Well, I think they need the romantic bit. I think they need to go to just so you know, like we're gonna be going to France, I think.
Okay.
And how do you know it's France? Is because obviously the Eiffel Tower's there. How am I gonna do this? Because I've got a square picture. It could just be a square. It could just be the Eiffel Tower in space. I reckon I could do that a lot quicker than I could get the rest of it.
My God, the space Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, let's do that.
The Spyful Tower.
The Spyful Tower. Yeah, that would. Okay, it's not going to be. You're not going to see it happen, but I'll just do it. I'll just do a rough one really quickly. Okay. I mean, everything I do is rough and really quick, as if it makes it any different. All right. You go away. You go to layer. Okay, let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. And then I get my. If I do this, and then I increase the size of this. No, is that gonna work? But this is Martin Mumbles, this stream. Yeah.
Fine, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting with
bated anticipation and be like, what is it doing? Why can't he just do the thing? And it's like IT sometimes takes longer than you want it to. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So if I just export that, then that's exciting. Sweet. Now they can have a nice. Now we can all be here in French space.
Oh, beautiful! Look at that.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. See, not everything I make is like horrible and awful. No, we've got some exciting layering going on here. It's like, oh, we've basically built a beautiful scene that like we've got live. Like people
what
are seeing.
you've created.
Yeah, and what I've done and created. Like, yeah.
You've made a Majora's Mask remake right now.
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, hang on. So if I can, wait, here we go. So I found like. Yeah, and that's Majora's Mask. In French, le masque de la mirage. Oh, is Frank still there? Did I just destroy Frank?
No, I'm still here.
Good. Just stunned you into silence.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
Have you never had to vamp to this stuff before? You're just like, I don't know what to add.
It might shock you to hear that I haven't.
This has never happened before. Oh, that's interesting. All right. I'm wondering what to. We could do a swap of their faces around. See how we doing. We've only been going for like half an hour.
It's a lot for half an hour. My God.
You see, this is one of the things that I have with like if I set out to do like a Photoshoppy thing is that sometimes it'll take me like an hour, and then sometimes it'll take me like significantly less time, and then I'm like, all right, well I've done this now, so like, what could I do next? We'll swap the two faces over and. See how they feel like in the other role. So we'll give them like different we'll go in a different direction with this particular art, and we'll make Johnny Navi, and we'll make Alex Young Link.
Oh.
Okay, so where's my let's go back to my editing thing so that we can see exactly what I'm editing. Now I might have chopped up these two faces too much so that we can't use them anymore, but we can always find out just by moving them around. So Alex is behind there and Johnny's behind, just taking a big chunk out of his cheek. Yeah, let's just try shrink that. Let's just try shrink that down. Oh no, I got the wrong layer. Hang on. No, still got the wrong layer. God, software is hard. Who made it? Who came up with it?
I don't know. But I'm gonna fight them.
Lord Software. Like, he needs his statue needs tearing down.
Lord Software, fucking aristocrats.
Okay, let's just shove his face in there, and then with this one I can actually do some like clever effects layering so that Navi's little glow comes through. Now what I usually do is I don't really ever remember how any of the opacity filters work, so I usually just click them and see what they look like. Okay, that one just makes it disappear. Oh, that one sort of comes through, but it's not bright enough. That one's a bit better. Go with hard. Oh, hard light. There we go. That one's quite good. Are there any more? Oh yes. Oh yeah. I think that's the one. What have we got? Pin light. Let's see. Oh wait. Oh, see. This is what I like to do with the software, is just to play with it, just to be like, what does this one do? Oh, what about this one? I don't really have a very like clever process. Oh, no.
I mean, that's how it be. That's how it works.
Yeah. If people think like, he must know what he's doing, it's like I never know what I'm doing. Like fundamentally, I just make it up as. I mean, look at me. Do I look like someone who knows what they're doing, or do I look like someone who just sort of stumbles around being like, like people seem to like this, I'll just keep doing this?
Maybe it's all a clever ruse.
Yes, I'm either playing like 17-dimensional chess or 0-dimensional chess. It's definitely one of the two. Okay, yeah. There we go. I think that's a solid artistic direction there of having a kind of like glowy look about him. Now for this other lad, I need to make his face a bit bigger. It fits. Okay, stop highlighting that layer and go to a different layer. Oh, see, all my layers have got misnamed now. Can I be bothered to go around and fix them? Nah, that's really boring. just fail forwards. That's my life advice. I wanted to ask you, Frank, about bass guitar and bassing, because I know that you're you were the bassist in the Mechanisms. Was bass like your first instrument, or was it an instrument that you did so that you could be in a band?
Neither, actually. I picked it up. I picked up the bass on a whim because my friend was selling a bass that looked like a bass that a bassist I really liked had.
That's really cool. Who's the bassist you really liked?
He's from a Japanese band called The Gazette.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Oh, you definitely. I'll look them up after this because I
like
love
way
hearing about
back.
new bands.
Yeah, way back. Like in the early days, he had like a wooden bass.
Cool.
And my friend was selling one of those, but hers was a 5-string, and I was like, hell yeah!
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's so cool. And then, have you ever talked about how Mechanism started, or how at least you got in your side of the story in that? Because I'm trying to think if I've ever heard it.
No, not beyond the we started as a backing band for Dr. Carmilla, and then we continued to be a band.
Oh.
I moved to Oxford for uni.
Yeah.
Which Mackie also happened to be there at the time.
Uh-huh.
She's actually the person. They're actually the person that I bought the bass from originally.
Oh, cool.
As well.
That's cool. It's interesting how it all comes around. They like got rid of a bass and they're like, oh, I need a bassist now because I sold mine.
Literally, like I had come over to their house to be like, hey, can you help me repair the wiring in the bass because I suck. And then Johnny came over, and then she started talking about starting a band, and then next thing I know, I was at like a Chinese restaurant the next day drinking infinite green tea, being drafted into this band, not to play the bass but to play the drums, which I
I didn't even know you could play
hadn't
drums.
Done since I was 17 at the time.
That's so cool. All right, keep talking. and then well, I guess the rest is history after that, because like once you're drinking tea and then like gigging in that's so awesome. Like bands are so interesting because you've just got like so many different like creative just lots of creative energy, and it becomes like, or at least in like old bands that I was in, was like it was a balance between like egos and what people wanted to make and what people and like work people wanted to do and what people liked doing. Was it kind of like that with Mex, or did certain people just take like certain roles and just take to them?
Yeah, kind of. I think we all kind of fell into roles to begin with, just because it was easier. But I think it was partially as we got more confident as musicians, and also as we got to know each other better. There was a lot more kind of both, oh, we can work together on this, and also I want to do this. Fuck you guys.
This is the thing that I want to do. Yeah. All right.
Like, a fun fact about me. I hate folk music.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. So you're just like, you were just.
Just there for.
You're just there fun. Because it was enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah. That's playing the music was great. Listening to it, I was like, I hate this.
That's really funny. Like that you would show up and like do everything and do the gig, but like just not go back and listen to it afterwards, or not go back and kind of like enjoy it. At the minute I'm doing for those of you watching what I'm doing, I am making the eyes pop a bit better, because usually when you use filters, it makes the eyes really faded. So I like to cut them out, put them in a new layer, and make them pop a bit, because it makes them look worse. God, yeah. Do you think?
What kind of bands? Oh,
yeah, you go.
first.
No, I wanted to hear what your question was.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask what kind of bands you were in then.
I was in a band that we called ourselves what was it? A grunk band, because we thought we'd made a new genre between punk and grunge. We were like 15, so like we didn't have a clue. That's really cute, isn't it? So that was like the first band I was in, and we like chucked everything on MySpace and thought we were going to be like super famous, and obviously that never happened. And then when I was in uni, my brother made a bunch of music that was similar to like Enter Shikari, that kind of like hardcore heavy metal mix mashup with like synthesizers, electronics, and metal.
Oh yeah.
So
what did they call it at the time? Post-hardcore.
Like post-hardcore. Yeah. What was the name of that genre? It was this thing. It's like, okay, wonderful. What an excellent example of the genre it was. Yes. Okay. Yep. Let's make that eye pop, and then let's do the same for the other one. But yeah, so when I was in that metal band, I was the guy who was doing all the screaming, which is a talent that I still sort of have every now and then, but it's only usually comes out if I'm like really pissed and just want to.
I cannot picture it.
Huh?
I can't picture it.
I can do it now if I lower the volume and warn chat that there's going to be some screaming noises. Do you want to come up with something for me to say, or shall I just vamp and come up with something myself?
Yeah, I've got nothing.
You got nothing. I'm going to just say let's get it on, because that used to be one of the things that we used to scream. All right. Let's get it on. Yeah. A little bit hoarse because I'm out of practice and out of water, but like, yeah, I can still do it.
Wow. My goodness. It's so hard. Like, even having seen it on the stream, I'm still like, I can't picture him as the screamy guy. He's always so chill.
I know. Yeah, I think that's why I am so chill, is because like it's the Hulk thing. It's like I'm always really angry. I'm furious all of the time. I saw my cursor linger over the quit button on OBS just then. And I was like, if this quits right now, I'm going to be so angry. But it didn't.
So it's your subconscious saying, this is enough.
I know. Right, there we go. I want that to go to this new layer. Okay. Let's zoom out of that. Now, do I want to do this? I'll do this. I'll give Johnny the popped eye treatment as well, because I think it needs it. They're getting a bit lost in all those filters. I hope chat is learning how to make cursed images, because fundamentally that is a big part of what I want, is to like teach the kids how to crime.
Something about this filter makes Johnny look like his skin has been stretched over a doorknob.
You're not wrong. Okay, yeah, we've got that layer. All right. It's it's the Johnny doorknob. I think we need to merchandise our faces more. Like this podcast gig, like no one knows what people look like without like my handiwork, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I suggested my fears calendar last year and it never happened.
Really? Oh, that'd be so good.
My calendar so where every month is just me holding up a name of a fear.
In like Comic Sans or something like that. Yeah. Something really horrible.
It's Comic Sans, just like that one where everything is really close to you.
It's yeah. Oh. I think we should lean into the just putting stuff out there on calendars. Yeah, that'll be ideal, won't it? Okay, I'm going to merge those two and just increase the contrast a little bit. So let's merge down. God, it's crazy. You know that whole like fake it till you make it thing. Like that is what like photo editing has been for me, because it's been just this thing that I just would do to be like, haha, let's put someone's face on somebody else's face, and then it gradually started being like, oh, let me make it look better, or like let me make it actually like blend nicer, or like get all the layers in the right place and stuff like that. And yeah, it's strange how you actually end up like sometimes it ends up taking me like longer than it would than it would have like used to, because I'm trying to like make
a new technique.
Trying out either a new technique or like just wanting to make something that looks a little bit more give something a little bit more zazz, give it like a little bit more like something to stand out. So yeah, making Johnny's eye pop right now is pleasing to me. Okay. I think I'm
It's amazing how much you learn when you want to bully your friends.
That's literally it. That's all it's come down to. It's been like, isn't it funny that I could put Alex and Johnny's face on various different things? But then you actually like make these things. You're like, you know what? That looks actually quite nice.
I mean, I'll be honest. I taught myself to use a new editing program because I don't want to keep paying Adobe, and stealing from Adobe is difficult.
Exactly, yeah. It's why I liked it. It's why I'm really happy I stuck with GIMP, because it's always been free. Because it's just like, and it always will be free. It's a little bit more challenging. But anyway, you go. Yeah.
I know. I was just saying, like, I learned to use like a new editor just so I could bully a friend, because, as far as I'm concerned, he made me loads of matching Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I'm making a video to put on the internet so everyone knows.
Yeah, and that's just like it. I feel like I've had more energy in like just picking on Alex, and like the things that and like finding like when I found out that like deep fake was a thing, and that I could just take GIFs, that any GIF that I wanted, and just slap his face in it, and that would be like job done. I was like, this is gonna save me so much time. And now I've like put his face on so many GIFs that I'm starting to like look at GIFs and be like, this one would work well for Alex's face, or like, oh, this one wouldn't work so well for Alex's face, because like I know like his facial structure like really well now. It's so weird and so strange. God, yeah. What were some of the locations that we had before? Because I'm thinking of putting them in a new location this time.
I remember the French catacombs.
French catacombs, yeah, that'd be a good one actually. Let's go for that.
I think there was Coachella.
Oh no, let's go with that actually. Could put them at Eurovision as well. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go with this. Oh, that's a big image. Oh, excellent. Wikipedia. Now, is everyone decent in this picture? Ish. Yeah, should be fine. Can't just paste it directly into the stream. That's not how it works. Shove that there. And then let's do some scaling. Let's lock it and then just reduce you to scale. Where's my picture gone? Disappeared. Gone over here. That's no use. Alrighty. And let's export that. Wait for it to load. Loaded. Jesus. No, still not there. And we've got to make it make sense. So I'm gonna make them a little bit smaller so they look like they're blending in and they can just be casual.
Oh yeah, like they're just hanging out.
They're just hanging out, yeah. Alright, which one is it? Is it this one? Hang on, where have I put it? Oh, there it is. I lost the layer for a second. Okay. So, where's it going to make sense for them? More just like Martyn clicking and struggling. Always gotta be exciting. And then should I can flip that, can't I? So yeah, just see. It's like, where's Johnny? It's like, where are they? Because like my face is taking up quite a lot of the stream, so it's going to be like a little bit more subtle to kind of spot them and see where it is they are.
Look at them blending right in.
I know, right?
Yeah.
My finger reach. There they are. Oh, lovely. I'll just chill for a little bit in Coachella. Here we go. So yeah, just so you can see, just so you can partially see through my head and see what's going on. Where's like one of the first places you want to go, Frank? When like imagining that like everything just goes back to how it was, and like no one's ill or anything, and you can just go freely to random places. Where's the first place you want to go?
God, just to a mate's house.
Mate's house, isn't it? Yeah, that's like, and just to play. What would be your like normal like mate's house playing thing? Would that just be like Dead by Daylight? What are you playing now?
No, if I was at someone's house, it'd probably be like a board game or like just chilling and watching like one of them play whatever they're working through.
Yeah. God, yeah. Let's Plays where you're just watching your mate just play a game. Like, yeah, that's so nice. I'm trying to think where it would be for me. I miss just going to like random, like like small festivals where they're like just a couple thousand people, and they might be. I went to a really good small festival in Wales. It was like a hard rock festival, and it was a campsite, but it was a caravan campsite. So instead of being in a tent at the festival, you were in a caravan, which is like head and shoulders more fancy than being in a tent at a festival. So yeah, I'd probably go there again.
Oh. Maybe I would have gone to festivals if they had caravans.
Yeah, it was a really good one, wasn't it? It was called like Hard Rock Hell or something like that. Yeah, it was a good one.
I did have a friend invite me to like come with them to Leeds Festival once.
Did you go?
No, because as soon as he mentioned like, oh, don't forget to pack some toilet paper, I was like, never mind.
Yeah, take your own toilet paper. Yeah. Take your own toilet experience.
Yeah, I was like, never mind. I'll just stay at home where I have my own.
You have your own toilet.
My own toilet paper. And I'll just listen to the band on my phone. No, what was it? It was like I was in college, so like on my creative mini player because I refused to buy Apple products.
Oh yeah, I used to have a creative MP3 player, and it's like one of my favourite objects that I ever had, and I just refused to deal with iTunes and just like that buy-in mentality. Do you remember setting in your chosen MP3 player of choice? How long did you spend sorting out track names and did it display? Was it one that displayed album art or not?
Oh no, it didn't display album art.
Okay.
I spent a long time fixing track names because a lot of my MP3s were not procured
Were they not? Were they not procured?
correctly.
Were they not procured in a means by which other people might normally procure them?
No, like say not in the same way a person with an iPod might have.
That's interesting. We won't say any more because these things get recorded, and iTunes might come knocking on your digital door and just be like, yes, we know what you did, Frank.
But there were also like a few bands that had like really like intense protection on their CDs.
On their CDs?
Yeah, like 30 Seconds to Mars did it.
Did they?
That
doesn't surprise me.
In hindsight, nothing surprises me about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna download this album because I already paid for it.
Literally, yeah. Like that at that stage, like you should be able to do what you want with that music because you've spent like actual money on it. Like, and fundamentally as well, like it's just sound. Like you can, although that like if there's it just annoys me. Like it's when it's like lessens the experience or lessens the kind of ownership of the thing, and you're like, oh, just come on, like get over it.
I'm not saying we should steal things.
No.
But if you're not going to give me a means to listen to it legally, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, like, because you also sort of realize that those like the sort of CDs and things were never really the things that made bands a lot of money all the time. Like it was more in the kind of like the merchandising side of it, and t-shirts and gig tickets was the thing that made their that's what they made their money on mostly. And the album things were more like advertising. Obviously people would pay for the things, but it was more just about like getting that name out there.
Yeah, like I remember of the bands, like when I was like 16, 17, fun fact, Linkin Park were one of the highest grossing bands of like those years because they were touring like 300 days of the year.
Oh, is that why? I always wondered how they managed to actually kind of make it at the time, because like they were getting a fair amount of radio play, but yeah, I didn't actually realize how much legwork they were putting in.
Yeah, because it's like people that didn't tour that much were ended up like going bankrupt because they were making shit all off the CDs.
Yeah. God. Yeah. It's sad about Lincoln. It's sad about Chester. And when was that? Was that 2019? Can't remember. It was recently, and I just remember being really
recent,
sad. Yeah. Papa Roach still kicking around though.
Oh my god.
He keeps doing like collaborations on TikTok with like young creators to be like, yeah, last resort, people, cut my life into pieces, and yeah. If you go listen to that song, content warnings for what would you say? Like very, very loud talking about like killing yourself, which they always justify to be like, oh, you're thinking about this, but then you want to go to our show. And I'm like, that's very cynical. That's a very cynical thing to sort of say, to be like, oh yeah, you were going to think about doing this sort of thing, but actually you just want to go and have a nice time at the show, and then you won't think about it. I'm like, okay. And in that whole thought process, then you also get people coming to your show. It's like, yeah, okay.
That's not how I would characterize any of that, but you know what, Papa Roach, go off, I guess.
Yeah, I do love Papa Roach albums though. Like they're like I will just like go back and listen to which song is it? There's like a live recording of Dead Cell on Infest that it just sounds better than the recorded song. Like there's just something about the live version on the album that just makes it, I don't know, the song pop a bit more, makes it like a bit more bouncy. That I really like. And Blood Brothers as well. All the music from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 basically. I feel like that game defined an era of music.
Yeah.
Back when you got your music, because usually you buy an album and that would just be your album, and you'd listen to that on your CD player. But Tony Hawk's you'd be there playing that game for ages, and you'd be able to pick and choose the songs that you really liked and have them like constantly playing all the time while you're playing the game and like ollieing around and thinking that skateboarding's really easy. And then you go on a real skateboard. That whole
subculture was defined by Tony Hawk. Like,
oh yeah,
all of us wearing fucking like DCs and Vans.
Yes, I remember.
Me, yes. I couldn't skateboard because I had no sense of balance.
Yeah.
But I fucking spent out for Vans. I did.
Yeah, I remember having like a pair of Airwalk shorts. And I thought that was like the absolute best thing ever. And just like massive shoes. I don't think I ever went for Airwalk or Vans because I had weird shaped feet, so I always had to have weird shoes that were like off-brand knockoffs. But yeah, I'd always be going to TK Maxx and trying to find like the biggest, loudest looking shoes that look like either Vans or Airwalk shoes, and yeah, just walking around in them. Good times. All right, I'm wondering, can we squeeze in another? We could squeeze in another picture edit. But the question is, I don't know what to do next. I don't know where to get the inspiration from. I'm wondering about getting it from, just getting any ideas if chat want to throw any out there, and we'll try and decide from the cacophony that comes in if anyone's got any like, do Alex as a cow. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's just go
in
with
a ball pit. Dash
in a
ball
pit.
pit.
All right, sweet, Anna. All right, thank you, Anna. You've done it. Right, Alex as a cow in a ball pit. All right, here we go. That's the game. Okay. I think I'm just gonna cut his face out again because we've messed. Actually, yeah, we've messed with this face a few times. Just gonna stand back up again. Adopt my power stance again because we're starting a new bit. Starting a new one. All right. So, oh good, I've already got my crop, so I can just copy that. Oh, that's really useful. All right, and then I just need to go get picture of a cow. Now, this isn't going to be this isn't going to take the time that I did for. In one of my previous streams, Frank, I turned a normal human face into a giraffe face. That was one of my previous works. But we're not going to go. We're not going to go. And obviously, the face was Alex's face. But we're not going to do anywhere near as fancy and as long as that took. This is just going to be basically just a hack. Okay. This looks like a good cow. They all look like good cows.
They're all good cows, Brent.
They are all good cows. Oh, look at that good cow. It doesn't even know. It doesn't even know what's going to happen to it in like a few seconds' time. Here we go. So let's just. I'm always surprised when Alex's face arrives. Wonderful, marvelous. Okay. Let's just shove that there, and then let's go scale it.
I'm just looking at the names of bands people saw in the high emo times.
Oh yeah, I've noticed there's a strong like what would you say? A lot of people that like kind of like emo music and that sort of thing, like My Chemical Romance and that kind of thing. There's a few of them that well, they follow me at least. I don't know whether they just follow me or whether they're all into RQ stuff as well. I assume that if people follow me, the only reason they know who I am is because of Rusty Quill, and I'm just like, I don't think there's anyone who knows me yet for doing this kind of thing, which is what I'm trying to make a difference. Right, this is my way out of Rusty. This is my way out of the Rusty Quill kind of like, oh yeah, he just does IT for Rusty Quill. It's like he does this other stuff as well that no one's asked him to do. But obviously, I'm still here editing Alex's face, so like I haven't got away from anything. I'm never gonna get away from Alex. He's a great guy. He lets me do it's not that he lets me do it. He just has never told me to stop. One day I'm sure he will. He'll be like, "No, that's too far. You've gone too far, Martyn. I'm a cow now. Like I've got important meetings to do today, and you've turned me into a cow." And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's true." Okay.
God.
Let's go with some opacity filters on this. This is hella cursed.
Oh.
This is like an amalgamation, an amalgamation.
Oh no!
Do you like my amalgamation? Why Alex Cow exist? Oh, how's chat responding? Oh, they don't like that. All right, let's make it a bit better. Maybe.
Looks like a poster for like a B-movie thriller.
What?
Like some alternate, like some like version of Silence of the Lambs, but it's about cows.
Catastrophic. That's the name of the B movie.
Oh no.
Terrible puns. Okay, which things do I want to do?
Loudness of the coughs.
Which one was that? Loudness of the coughs. Oh yes. Okay. I reckon. What's the best way to do this? I think I'm gonna split his face in half and put one half on each of these kind of darker halves. That makes sense.
Those are the words I've always wanted to hear about Alex.
Split his face in half.
Yep.
Alright. Sometimes you've got to let the image speak to you, and it'll reveal itself what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get rid of that.
This needs to be. Oh, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yes, when you go to explain that, like, if I want any of the other mechs to come in on one of my streams and I use you as a reference, what will you go say? Just don't let him convince you that he's a nice person that does nice things to people. He's horrible. He does horrible things, and he makes you just sit there and watch and doesn't give you an out. It doesn't help.
I think I'd say it's definitely 2 hours of your life you will experience.
Lovely, I like that. That's a nice review. Thanks, Frank. I'll write that on my. I'll write that on some page of. Oh, revealing too much. Yeah, I'll write that somewhere. I was gonna say like on a website. It's like I haven't got a website. I've got like 17 different social media accounts, but like none of them are websites because I'm sick of administering websites.
People always used to get me to try and run their websites because they're like, oh, you know, basic HTML and how to do graphic design. And I'm like, that is not the same as the website admin.
Those aren't the same things. No, not at all. Like there's a lot that I reckon I've learned a lot from administering like Rusty Quill's website because I am just like. I've been the one IT person there for such a long time. You just end up having to like do all the bits that need doing, and stuff that you don't, because like a lot of actual like real life IT jobs, they all get broken down into like separate roles. Things like some person for the database, some person for like front end, some person for like back end, and all of those different tasks. And then like if you're just one man IT guy, it's like all right. Time to move over to front-end troubleshooting. Guess that's me. Time to go to back-end troubleshooting. Guess that's me. Someone needs to log into the database. That person's me again. So yeah, it's fun. You get to learn all of the things. And if that sounds like hell to people, then you know don't start a career in IT because the scope is wide.
I mean, oh, okay.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I had something to say, and then I watched you squish Alex's face, and it's gone.
Because the other thing is that I get practice at the other thing from doing these streams is I've started to get practice at talking and doing this at the same time, and I realise that people that I'm starting to like get in now aren't used to like taking in what I make as well as talking at the same time, and so like that's interesting. Yeah, I hope that experience isn't too much for you. Actually, do I? I don't know, maybe. Part of me does, and another part of me is just like, good, wonderful, watch them struggle.
I just feel like, I have a long career as a performer. I thought I could handle anything, and yet here I am.
I know, right? See, you got. Listen, this is the thing is I like to think that I've like watched a fair few like things and performances and stuff and things. And I'm just like, I don't know whether what I'm doing right now, if people have really sort of done this sort of thing before. It's made me really happy that you said that, Frank. So I'm like, Frank knows loads of stuff about media and like all of these things. And like, if they're shocked and surprised by something, then I've got to be doing something in the right direction, haven't I? Or at least in a direction that no one's ventured down before. Whether it's the right direction is like questionable, but like.
You're like the opposite of on YouTube. There's this guy who takes like faces and like he has a template of like the perfect face.
Oh,
so he'll Photoshop people's faces to match that template.
Oh, I don't.
You're like the opposite of that.
Yeah. I'm just like, how can I map this face onto like something that it's not meant to be mapped onto? It's just because a cow's mouth is kind of like a combination of a cow's nose and a cow's mouth. So I might need to. What I'm doing right now, trying to get his chin involved, might be a waste of time. So I'm going to also need to get his mouth involved, and I think I'm covering it in too much chin. But we can just explore these different routes. Beautiful, marvelous. I'm going to need to put his nose somewhere.
Oh, night, Helen.
Was Helen there? Oh, night, Helen.
Yeah. They were, and now he's going to sleep.
That's a safer place, fundamentally.
I'm not sure it is after seeing this.
I know, right? I've just realised there was something that I could have done a while ago, and I'm wondering about undoing what I've done in order to do it. But that would involve undoing stuff, so I'm just not going to bother. I do think my process out loud that's like something that I've realised that I do in the streams is to be like, what's in your head right now, Martyn? It's like, it's like, does that really make any sense? It's like, I don't know, say it and then decide if it makes sense later. Okay, if I need those two, what do I need them to do? I need to get the back stuff coming through, so maybe it'd be easier if I copy the hairy bits.
Right now, he looks like that emoji face that the kids are doing.
The emoji face that the kids are doing? Which one's
that?
No,
the eye and the mouth and the eye.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. If I take this dark bit and I paste that onto the top. I haven't named any of these, so this is going to be, let's just call that cow left. Like stage left, but with a cow. Then I add some kind of a filter on it, like darken only, not darken only, or burn perhaps, no. Actually, let's just put it on there and then lower the opacity. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe. Yeah, I can work with that. And then let's do the same on the other side. For a second, this happens often when I'm doing like image editing. I just totally forget that I'm on stream and that I'm doing stuff. I'm just like, this is a nice thing. I'm just editing a picture. And I forget. I forgot that you were. I forgot that you were here, Frank.
It's fine. I was just posting faces in the chat.
Lovely, wonderful. Okay, and then let's do some smudges to clear up some of these lines. I don't want the cow layer. I want the Alex face layer. See, I should have named my layers better. Your Alex left. And Alex right. Yeah. And yeah, let's clear you up. I'm going to do the same thing that I did previously and cut out his eye, cut out his eyes so that they pop.
Beautiful. Cut them out, put them on a necklace.
I love the things that I say sometimes. I just line these things up to say like perfectly, like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and then like, I hear them and I'm like, you sound like a terrible human being. Alright, chop you out. Cool, and then let's do some more smudges. Wrong layer. The main thing with images is you just want to kind of like hide the if you want to like make things look more believable. You basically only need to work up to the edges, and then even if the image doesn't make sense while you're making it, like when it's sort of finished, it will make sense, even if it sort of doesn't make sense. Like that's the aesthetic and the style that I go for, is to be like, as long as my eye looks at it and is kind of, I might be confused, but it'll sort of make sense as a coherent like real object. Like that's what I'm going for. Boundary slides. No, every time I click the wrong little thing. Okay, there we go. Eek. Yeah, I described when I was doing the giraffe. I described using the smudge tool as you're basically just doing someone's makeup to kind of like contour and yeah, just kind of like tidy their face lines up.
You just smudge them up a bit. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot about how makeup works in doing this, and I have a much greater appreciation for makeup, like as an art form as a result. Like especially on like TikTok, people doing like all the cosplay makeup and all of that, and when you see it in like cinemas, when you see instead of like CGI characters, and you see like someone who's done a good job on hair and makeup, like it's so much better. Like I'm thinking specific. Sorry, just saw the picture again. I'm thinking specifically like Hellboy, like the Hellboy movies, like with how just how great they the characters sort of look. Is so good. Decided that cow Alex just isn't going to have a nose. Oh, I'm in the wrong way. Am I? Chop out his eye, put it back in. Oh, and then are you still not? Ah, it just doesn't pop that much, so I'll add some contrast. How's chat doing? I feel like I've ignored chat a fair amount because I don't know. I just sometimes when I'm drawing, I'm sorry, chat. I apologize. Talk about makeup and how it's confusing.
Oh, sorry. I've just discovered I have a really old folder on this external hard drive.
Oh, that's always great, and it's like a little time warp of things. All right, what have you found? Where have you time warped to? Unless it's somewhere that you can't take us.
No, I have indeed discovered one of my Photoshop crimes that I'm not sure why.
Oh, amazing! Do you want to shove that in? Yeah. Do you want to shove that in like people will see it in Discord, I reckon, in like unless it I don't know. Is it appropriate for Rusty Quill Discord?
I mean, it's probably. I'm not in there though.
Oh, okay. Unless you don't want to, Frank. You can always just do an audio description of it.
Well, what it is is anyone familiar with Silent Hill? Do you remember Harry Mason?
I don't know the character name. I'm sort of familiar with. I've never played the game, but like I'm aware of like Triangle Head, and that's about it. And it's really foggy.
Well, for some reason, I have photoshopped his face onto Eminem.
Oh, that's so good. That's just like a classic crime, just to get like some random video game character and put it onto some random pop star.
Like, this is from 2009.
Yes, is that the timestamp on it, or like yeah? Yep. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I'm glad that you're like rediscovering this. Maybe you'll go. Maybe this will inspire you, Frank, and you'll start to do. You'll do some crime and do some of your own free time criming again.
Yeah. Am I allowed to post links in here? Do I have that permission?
I don't know. Maybe. Ask one of the administrators that cares. I do care. I really do care. I just don't know the answer to your question right now. I'm not in front of it. Okay. I think this is done. I think this is as done as I want it to be.
God.
It looks horrible. It looks worse than the giraffe. And now I need to cut it out so that we can put it in a ball pit. Alright. Layer of boundary size. Where is it? New from visible. Okay, so this just new from visible is a great tool in GIMP because it basically just takes everything that you've done and it's just like, right, that's all one picture and then it's all like one layer. So all the kind of complexity around the layers that you might have just disappears and then you just have it into like one big flat image that you can just do stuff to. And I'm just going to
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? This is my art, Frank. Look at I've chosen to become this person through a series of events that seem quite unlikely, but here I am. Alright. Okay. Did I get it? Alright, I need to deselect part of it. Deselect you. And then I've got everything, so if I Control C, and then let's create new from clipboard, and it was exactly the opposite of things than what I wanted, so let's invert that. There we go, and then let's just tidy that up. Yeah. Get rid of you. And did you ever go to any of the like London ball pit bars?
No.
Yeah, I think
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I don't know how many of them. When I'm saying one of them, there might only be one. There was one. Some of my mates went to one in Shoreditch. They said it was all right, but that the ball pit was a bit sticky from like presumably drinks being spilled in it. And I was like, ugh, that doesn't sound
Don't
like
bring drinks in the ball pit.
Well, I think that is even one of the rules. So, like, then you're just like, what else could it possibly be? But they said it was all right. They said, like, you know, if you're drunk enough, then you don't really notice about horrible things in that. Right, I think I've got that layered down. So, let's just select all and put it in the copy bin, and then I need to get a picture of a ball pit. Right. How long have I been editing? Sometimes I forget. About half an hour. So then we'll get in the ball pit. We'll see what. Might do some vamping, do some improv with Kyle Alex, see what he has to say, and then and then I reckon we'll just have a little wrap up, and then that'll be us. So let's just keep going for now. Right. Oh my god. There's so many like. Okay. a ball pit is just such a wholesome place, like, because it's, you know, it's like a fun, exciting area that children play in, and then we're just putting this horrible thing in it. Okay, so I reckon if I use the magic selector and let's get the foreground, and then I'll have a nice foreground layer, and then the cow can sort of be popping out of it. Let's get some more. Oh, that's too many. Too many balls.
I hear that all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. He's always like, Frank, get out of here. There's too many balls.
There's too many balls, Frank. Like, what have we said? Again, Frank, with the balls. Oh dear. Is that enough? Is this enough balls? Is this enough balls for you, Frank? Chat, have we got enough balls? I showed April my balls in the last stream. And April,
oh yeah,
me and April showed each other's. We looked at each other's balls in the last stream. It was an Animal Crossing stream. Yeah.
And, I didn't know you could do that in Animal Crossing.
You can, yeah. It's surprising. There's a lot of features in Animal Crossing that you'd be surprised you can come up with. Yeah, I had a look in her drawers as well. Yeah, that was. I wouldn't. You shouldn't. Actually, I shouldn't even really talk about it. Like, it's bad times. I'm starting to build up the Martyn stream lore. it's very confusing, Frank. All right. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to create a new layer. Ick. Okay, that's gonna look cursed as hell, but fuck it.
Oh yeah, because there was no chance of that before.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. There was. This was my one chance to save the stream and turn it into like a nice, wholesome family thing. But no, that's just not gonna happen.
Oh, tragic.
I know, right? That's the real tragedy. It was the stream that was inside of us all along. Alright, let's grow that, and then let's bring you down. Do you see how I've made it easy for myself and given me this sort of cursed way of knowing which layer's which?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's clever.
Clever. People have called me many things, and clever is really one of them. Alright, let's save you. Actually, no, let's export you. And then ink. Let's deselect you. And are you all selected? Oh, you're a floating layer. That's always going to have... GIMP does this thing with... when you go to copy-paste something, it turns something into something that's not quite a layer, and then it gets into funny states of itself. So I need to get rid of it. Yeah, because, you know, software is... As we've already established, software is terrible, and Lord Software is a terrible person.
Behead him, I say.
Behead him. It's the only death suitable for him. Behead him using something that has his own software installed. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just not going to work. Okay. Let's scale it a little bit. Okay. There might be a bit of bleeding from another image, but you know, no one's going to notice. Right, and then all of my layers of... Okay, good. Oh yeah, and I need to put cow. I need to import this. This is a new image. I need a new name. So what we're gonna call it? Just cow Alex, Calix. Calix. There we go. Calexander J. Moole.
Yep.
Lovely. Beautiful. Marvellous. That's definitely not going to... Oh, it's in pictures, okay. Just building my set. I love, like, my I'm surprised my OBS doesn't actually crash with the number of random things that I've just shoved in it at this stage, because I basically just go to the same project basically every time and just add to it rather than like creating a new project each time. I'm sure that I'm gonna have to start like not doing that at some stage, but I haven't really... Sorry, I just saw the layer that I was importing.
Oh, no.
It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. I can't just laugh at my own content without showing it on the screen. That's very unprofessional. Right, where's this background layer? Okay. Okay. Right, and where am I going? Okay. I've got to put myself in the picture, otherwise it won't really make that much sense. Okay, are you ready, Frank?
No.
I didn't think you would be. Okay. Okay. Does it show?
Wow.
I know, right?
Incredible.
Flawless poop. Anna, thank you so much for this is for you, and this is your fault, just so you know. You did this to everyone.
Incredible.
Oh, Link's still there. I didn't even notice. That was just completely by accident. It's in the picture as well. I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay. I've said this before, is that predominantly I make content for me. And I think it shows sometimes. I think you can see that I kind of fundamentally enjoy like the things that I make and what I do. And I hope that comes across to people. And to you, Frank, and to my guests that I've invited here of their own free will. Yeah, so like we can just chill. I can just chill in the ball pit. I've forgotten where have I put myself? Oh, I'm behind the cow, so I can see. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, you don't want to sit there. That's a bad place to sit. Maybe I'll go over. I'll just go over to. I'll go over to Johnny and Alexis. I'll just go over there. Okay, I'll go over and round and then down. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh. Technical difficulties. Am I coming through, Frank? No? See, that was what I was saying, is like all the USB things that's down there. So I'm not going to do that again. That's a mistake. But as I've said before, like technical difficulties is part of my brand, and dealing with them is also part of my brand. So here we are, once again, me causing issues for myself. Breaking things and then fixing them again, and just saying that that's part of my brand so people can come and expect it of me, and then you just keep failing forwards. That's how to do it. I've had a really good time, Frank. I don't know about you. Okay, that's good to know. I think that's fair, isn't it? Someone had a nose... Sorry, did someone nose bleeding? Did I cause an injury? Oh, no! Oh, crap, we can't hear you at the minute. Oh, God. No, I think it's sorry, Frank. I think it's a more technical issue than that. Let me try flipping. Let's... What can I do? The only thing I think I might have to end the stream, Frank. I apologise that people might have just left. People might have not heard the last few things that you've said, but like I think I've seriously broken something to a point where I have to end the stream. I know, but I think that's okay. I think we've done enough tonight. And as much as people can't hear you, I can pass on any last words that you have, Frank. You can relay them to me, and I will say them. Bye, kids. Okay. Bye, kids. And it's goodbye from Cal Alexander J. Mule, young Alexander Klinkule, and John Navi. Bye.